Welcome back to the beautiful campus of Northeast Christian Church on Brownsboro Road. We were talking about how beautiful the campus is all the time, but especially this time of year, it really comes to life with this whole festive environment. It just looks great here. Jason Shreve, of course, my co-host for the day. I just really enjoy coming out here, and I think your parishioners do too.
We love having you out, man, and yeah, it's a place where people are just welcomed. It really is a beautiful place to be.
So you mentioned someone worthy before we went to the commercial break, and you talked about that came about last year. Talk about what that is and how it came about.
So as we were preparing for Christmas last year, of course, this was in a time of the pandemic where we didn't know whether we were going to be able to meet together or not. And so we said, how are we going to do something special for Christmas that really shares the heart of the Love-the-Ville Church, that makes Christmas special, that is art that could be experienced outside of these walls? That could go beyond what we would usually do in a weekend service or a Christmas Eve service. And so we started planning this idea of making a movie, a modern day adaptation of what Mary and Joseph, what that story would be like, because when it all comes down to it, they were real people like who were experiencing this stuff, and we look at it as this really pretty picture, but there were so many parts of that picture that were unknowns, that were scary, that were trials, that were trouble, and so we wanted to include all that and let people see the humanity in that, but also who was invited to be a part of it. So there were shepherds invited to be a part of this first Christmas. They were overlooked, they were outcast, and so we wanted to find people who were the modern day equivalents, who would be overlooked in today's day and age, and let's invite them to the manger. And that's another thing, there's no mangers in Louisville, and so we had to rethink what, and so it ended up being the back of a work truck in a garage right there in downtown Linden, and thanks to my friends at the garage for letting us do that.
So what kind of time frame are we talking about when it comes to putting that together? Because the sheer writing would take what I would imagine to be a very long time, and then the production and the creation and post-production, all that stuff. How long did you all take to do that?
I would like to say we took a long time, but
you didn't have a choice.
It was a very quick production. I think about a month of all the shooting and planning. From the time we first started writing the script to the final shot was about a month.
And we'll tell you, you're going to see it. You're going to see it here shortly. What about who's involved in putting this together? Who's in it? Talk about some of that.
So we have a great team here at Northeast. Corbin Marshall and Jonathan Thomas really took the lead on the writing and the videography. And we also have the best talent in the Ville to come alongside of us and be a part of this. And so we had Jason Claiborne and the Atmosphere Changers, Darian Sanders, who's on tour with the Lion King as Simba right now, Estancia Bagat Lyman, who's just unbelievable as Mary, Michael Kirby, who did a great job as the kid, Brian Starr, who was Gabriel the angel. We really feel like we found the best talent to come and be a part of this, and the proof is in the pudding, I guess you'd say.
I don't know if I'm just stuck on the time frame of this because I'm in television. I know how long it takes to put things together, but I mean, that just, the ability to produce that quickly really underscores the talent that you have here.
That we do have an incredibly talented team, and they worked extremely hard to make this happen, and we love it now that we really want to get this thing out in front of people, so we've submitted it to some film festivals, and all across the world we've been getting laurels from film festivals from London and Paris, and it's been really cool to see, and it's just been a stamp of approval for those guys who work so incredibly hard to make it happen.
It's good to see that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to say our thank yous and goodbyes and do all that nice stuff, the pleasantries, and then you're going to see exactly what he's talking about. Stick around.